Belinda, tell me what you're looking forward to most about the conference.
Well, the thing that I'm looking forward to the conference is getting to know members of the Great Lakes region, which is what I'm representing here, and most importantly, all the sessions that are going on, the applied solution sessions, the IERC sessions, the student technical paper competition that's going on. So those are some of the things that I'm looking forward to.
Is this your first conference?
This is my second national conference.
What made you want to come back this year?
Well, I came back as a region vice president to represent my region, but also to network and to hear all what's going on outside of Michigan in terms of research and applied solutions.
Robert, tell me what you're looking forward to about this year's conference.
Well, networking obviously is a big function that I always look forward to each year when I'm able to come, and this session is probably kicks things off really well.
Is this your first conference?
No, I haven't been here in a couple years, but but I've been fairly regularly over about 20 years, I guess.
What drew you back?
Well, I'm on a committee that I'm committed to serving on, and so we're meeting tomorrow. Look forward to visiting with my colleagues on the committee. It's actually the Alpha Pi Mu National Executive Committee.
What's been the biggest benefit for you as a member of IIE? What have you gotten the most out of?
Well, keeping in touch with your colleagues around the country, I think there's really kind of no replacing that networking that can go on. Both professionally, you get to see some former students, you get to see colleagues that you've known for many years, new colleagues, new faculty that are being hired at the university, and then of course the industry colleagues. There's no other place that all those come together except here, so that's really the place to do it.
I'm Marcy Jackson, and I work for Premier Healthcare Alliance, and I am the manager of knowledge transfer.
Was there anything unique about this conference versus the ones you've been to before?
I have not spent much time with the IERC track, and just the timing of when I came in, I had an opportunity to sit in on a lot more of the IERC before the applied solutions began, and I really enjoyed many of the presentations, and it was much more applied than I think I had originally assumed. So I was just in a session about thought leadership, and I was really impressed with the lean work that they had done and actual application. So the methodology behind lean, and then how they could actually apply it to thought leadership and knowledge transfer.
Were there any particular sessions or keynote speakers that you particularly enjoyed?
So I just got out of a session about high-performing or highly effective teams, and I really enjoyed the reminder. I think it's stuff that we all know about. I think it's all stuff that we know we should be doing with our teams and with our management teams within our organizations, but we just need those reminders. I really appreciated him taking the time to share his knowledge.
I'm Khaled Mabrouk. I work for Sustainable Productivity Solutions, and what I do is I'm a continuous improvement coach. I work with organizations to help them instill a CI culture.
Is this your first conference?
No, I've been coming to IIE conferences since the early 90s.
What's been unique about this one versus the ones you've been into in the past?
Well, the conference keeps evolving as our industry does as well, and there seems to be more focus on things that are more relevant in instilling a continuous improvement culture, things such as focus on change management and how to do it, and focus on how to be a leader who's effective for a team that's trying to continuously improve.
Were there any particular sessions or keynote speakers that you enjoyed this year?
Well, there was two sessions that were outstanding. A lot of times with the sessions, sometimes you get people who are kind of relatively new to presenting. But today we had two sessions that I sat in that were outstanding. One that talked about how to lead change from the middle. The individual was definitely knew what they were talking about and presented their information in a very clear, concise manner that you can take and use back where you work. The same thing, we had a presentation in the afternoon with a gentleman from FedEx Ground who talked about how do you set up a team that's high performing, and how do you set up the structure for it, from hiring all the way to training, following up, and promoting your team. and he really provided a presentation that was not just very informative, but again, provided almost like a cookbook approach for how to be effective.
Well, my name is Ashley Dorman. I recently, as of last weekend, graduated from Kansas State University with an industrial engineering degree and a minor in physics. Well, I'll first say that this is my first conference, and so I didn't know what to expect at all. I was coming mostly because it was funded by my university, and I was speaking on behalf of my university, and so I thought, yeah, sure, I'll go, and it's in Reno, and it'll be fun, and all of that. So, but now that I've come here 1 year, I see that I thought I knew. Okay, so I'm a recent graduate. I think I know a lot. But I learned that I don't know everything, and there are a lot of things to learn. You know, after going to the sessions and listening to the speakers, I feel like I learned that there's so much more in the industry, and so many conversations that jog your ideas that say, oh yeah, I could take this back to that, and I could apply it here and get so much value out of it. And so I really think that it will become. I think I definitely will become a professional member after coming to one conference, because I can see the value in it already, that your company should pay for it, I mean, or you should pay for it or whatever, and because it will develop you as a professional, I think, more than I knew before.
Patrick, what are you looking forward to most about this year's conference?
I'm just looking forward to meeting all the new people, the industrial engineers that are doing unique things with the skill sets we have. And I'm also looking forward to 5:15 on Monday when I get to present.
Is it your first presentation?
Actually, it is going to be my first presentation. I'm excited to give it to a lot of the, hopefully graduates and soon-to-be graduates about kind of the path that I've taken in the few years that I've been out of school.
Is this your first IIE conference?
No, this is actually not my first trip to the IIE Annual Conference. Went to Vancouver in 2008, and I've been to numerous regional conferences, both Western region, Eastern region, Great Lakes region, all over the place.
What keeps you wanting to come back?
I love the atmosphere of the conference. I love meeting the people, hearing what's going on, the latest and greatest in our industry, and it's a fun time, so why not?
Is there any particular lesson or any sort of application that you've learned about why you're here that you may take back with you to Microsoft?
Well, for me, it's specifically just applying a lot of the concepts such as theory of constraints, value stream mapping, a lot of the traditional things, but seeing people think outside the box, how to apply these typical and standard tools that we use as IEs in different venues and applications to solve specific problems has been a great for me experience to be inspired and learn also new techniques of how to apply those specific tools. First of all, as IIE provides folks who are industrial engineers a sense of pride and also be able to connect and have a networking opportunity within folks who share the same academic as well as industry applications and experience that they have. And then second of all, opportunities for continuous education, as well as looking for a good track record of what's been done, what the IEs can do across the globe, and how we can connect with each other and learn from each other, as well as connecting with other engineers to tackle different global problems.
So do you think you'll be making plans to come to next year's annual conference?
Absolutely, you betcha.
All right, thanks a lot. Glad you had a good time.
Thanks a lot, David.